Here is a group of young men and women spinning in a gym. Their spinning equipment, either a colorful flag or a mock rifle, maneuvering them and tossing them up in the air into a fluid motion. There's music playing in the background, and the performers are gracefully dancing across the floor. What are they doing? What type of group are they? What they are is a winter guard, and what they're doing is performing to their show music. You're probably wondering what a winter guard is, and that's understandable since not many people do. Today, I would like to shed some light onto that, what their history is, and also what Winter Guard provides for performers. Winter Guard is the indoor version of Color Guard. The difference between the two is that Color Guard is done outdoors, incorporating the band and performing with their music. They also perform at football games during halftimes or also competing against other marching bands of different high schools. During these performances, the Guard will be performing in between and maneuvering through the band, using their flags and rifles, tossing them up in the air, and positioning themselves in between the band members in strategic positioning. In Winter Guard, the performers spin their equipment while moving around the floor, usually in a closed area like a gym, and also using recorded music instead. This type of sport is a competitive sport, just like any other. Performing against high schools, going to and from them, competing against each other. Both Winter Guard and Color Guard are similar to programs like ROTC. ROTC, better known as Reserve Officers Training Corps, has a similar way of style with presenting the American flag and also wielding rifles. The difference between the two is that Winter Guard uses flags, wooden rifles, and also sabers as their equipment, positioning them and maneuvering them into the air in fluid motions and causing dramatic effect into the show. What Winter Guard also incorporates is dance, also different types from contemporary, ballet, to even acrobatic movements to dramatize the show. In a sense, being in a Winter Guard is like being into a theater production. You're your own actor or actress and performing to the audience in a way that brings them into your journey into the show. With that in mind, let's go into the history of where it all started. In history, this sport was more of a military activity. It started around the Civil War era. Soldiers during that time would be accompanied by the band, choosing a person to wield the American flag, or what they would call the colors. In the military, the person who was chosen for that role would present the American flag in different various positioning, whether from right to left or forward and back. As the years progressed, it became more of an event. They would be incorporating more of the band, and they would also incorporate more maneuvering to try and outmaneuver other teams as well. Years later, WGI, or what we call Winter Guard International, came about, bringing together different countries and also different militaries and Winter Guards to come into the sport and compete. They also created the first scoring system, making it fair and easier to evaluate each team during their circuit. So the question is, what does it provide and also give back to the members? My experience in being a part of a Winter Guard has done a great deal. As we all know, being a part of a sport takes a lot of time and effort. Being a part of a Winter Guard teaches its members discipline and also being a team member as well. These principles can be also taken back to work as well as school, which is very important. These principles provides the Winter Guard performers more enthusiasm, and it brings back a lot of These principles can be taken back to the workplace as well as school, making it more productive in their work. From the WGI website, they depict students learn more about commitment. They broaden their aesthetic reality through problem solving and diverse programs. But most of all, they stress that students find joy through the performance. Also establishing lifelong friendships with their peers. They learn to network with others participating in the sport and create memories that last a lifelong time. Now you know what Winter Guard is. You know its history. You also know what it provides back to the members. As my Winter Guard director always tells my Color Guard team, our story, our show, is this journey. And in listening to the speech, I hope that it will bring more interest into Winter Guard and allow you to be able to follow into the journeys it also provides.